Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4. We are on board the Ducati 748 right here in Monza. This is part of the official Ducati tester group. I'm really enjoying the invitational groups and the Ride 4 career mode. There's not many left for me to do now actually. I think I've got Triumph, Harley Davidson, BMW, and there's another one. I can't remember which one it is, but I really love the custom suits that you get, such as this Ducati one. It's absolutely gorgeous. And you get literally no reward apart from maybe a bike or two that, well, at this point in the career mode you can just buy anyway. It would be really nice to actually use some of these liveries and some of these suits, especially this one because I really like the Ducati one. It's super cool. And for the very first time it's actually let me use a normal helmet. Usually whenever I pick a custom helmet or a random helmet I have, it just gives me a plain white variation of that helmet. Not exactly sure why, but it is what it is. But at least we was able to use the Scorpion Evo helmet today in this Ducati tester group. This being the track day, nice easy one for you. It's a good one to start off the day, if you will. This was the first video I recorded for the day I recorded. I don't even remember what it was, but it's a nice warm-up just to jump onto a track like Monza on a very friendly Ducati. The 748 is quite nice to ride. Although, yeah, I don't care for Monza at all. I think it's a boring track. And I guess the only track that could probably be maybe as boring or more boring is the French Riviera track. There's two tracks I don't particularly enjoy. But they're not necessarily bad tracks, of course. It's just my preference of comparing them to other tracks on this game compared to the British tracks, of course. The brand new DLC of Kyalami, Valencia, the American tracks, Phillip Island. There's just so many fantastic tracks. Monza and the French Riviera track, you know, they're a little bit further down the list. It's been a while since I've done a decent road track actually. Maybe should do a few more time trials on something like the Northwest 200 or the Southern 100 perhaps. It's been a while since I've done that, but we are going to easily smash this challenge. We're going to go around the outside of the final rider here, and we're ready to move on to the next part of the Ducati tester group. And what do you know, it's French Riviera. What a reward for finishing Monza. We get gifted the French Riviera on the Super Naked V4S. I'm really surprised how good this bike is. I am really impressed as we carry a lot of speed around these couple of corners here. I must say, I've rather enjoyed this one. I enjoyed this track more than Monza actually. This bike is terrific. The Super Naked V4S, I'm going to have to do some more videos on this bike because I had a blast. I felt it had a lot of power and it was actually really stable. It was really good. Felt like it was planted into the track pretty nicely, but it also felt like if you gave it too much throttle, as you could see there, you would push the boundaries a little bit too far. But I didn't crash on this one or the Ducati one. They were pretty much sit down in my chair, put on the PC, get the controller, complete them in 2 laps, simple as. I mean, the Ride 4 career mode doesn't really offer that much of a challenge, so I guess it's about time. You guys have made a few comments now, and I guess it's about time for me to start delving into the online multiplayer a little bit more. I would like to sort of organise something for us all to play, but I have a pretty bad time and sleep pattern because I work nights, so it's difficult for me to play with the British riders, and it's difficult for me to play with people from foreign countries because of the time difference as well. But we'll sort something out, it's no problem at all. Let me know in the comment section down below. Add me on Steam if you haven't already, and we can sort something out. Steam username being DrAce. Didn't really change it up. It's pretty much the same logo, but with my helmet in the image, which was created by Fuchs, the Ficum Incrive, if you've seen the video for that one. We're extremely close to 700 subscribers now, so actually, you never know, at this point in this video, maybe someone has already decided to reveal themselves as a 700 subscriber, but nonetheless, if I haven't hit there, or even if we've passed 700, please don't stop subscribing. I'd really appreciate it if we could get to 1,000 as quick as possible, because I'm really interested to see how far we can go, and I'm really loving it. I want to deliver my content to everyone who would be interested. And as we can absolutely smash the French Riviera here, Super Naked V4S, thank you very much. So now we move on to a terrific, awesome, fantastic track of Mugello. Probably one of the best tracks I've ever done. This is the speed traps. Of course, the speed traps being a bit glitched, so don't panic if I get a penalty. Of course, this being on the Ducati Panigale V4R. There's not much to say about this bike that hasn't been said already, and it's just absolutely bloody brilliant. There's my first penalty. So probably pretty much nothing at all wrong there. As we now break in for turn 4. Hold it left for Materassi. Flick it right for Borgo San Lorenzo. And make sure you touch the rumble strip there to give you that bit of projection towards the next couple of corners of Casanova and then Savelli, the left-hander. I love this track so much, it's so good. I think we're going to have to start doing some more time trials on Mugello as well. I think Mugello, for me, I'd rather play it on MotoGP, but at the same time, there's terrific bikes, the handling is great on Ride 4. Even after the updates and the electronic settings I run, I think my electronic settings have made this game almost as good as what it used to be when we had the original physics. But of course, we won't continue to dwell on that, although I bring it up literally every single bloody video. Old habits die hard, I guess. Well, we've got 8 more speed traps remaining. I'm going to avoid this one completely in Corintaio, just completely missed it. But it doesn't really matter because I know I can carry enough speed. As we flick it left for Biondetti 1, flick it right for Biondetti 2, aim for the rumble strip there. As we exit Biondetti 2 and we enter Boccini for the first and final time of this particular moment. For 1 or 2 speed traps remaining. Exit out of Boccini, rocket towards the rumble strip, but not necessarily on it if you don't want to. But I tend to use it and rocket towards the finish line. Have a look at the Ducati, it's absolutely gorgeous. Moving over to another part of Italy. We're here in Italy, here in Imola, on the Ducati 998. Well, 998R. I guess that R makes a massive difference. But I do like this track, and I do love this bike, so this is a terrific combination for me. I do really enjoy Imola. I do find this track is incredibly bumpy though, and I don't know whether that's actually the case in real life, I'm not too sure. But the game, it's a bit weird sometimes. It's like the bike's on hydraulics or something like that. You know what it reminds me of is when you played Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and you would soup up the car and give it hydraulics, and then you'd move the analog stick to bounce it around. It feels like that on some of these corners. A little bit of a weird reference there for you, but I'm sure you're smiling it back home thinking how good a game GTA San Andreas was. So we turn it right now for Acqua Minerale. Turn 10. Careful not to wheelie there, it's easy to do in this uphill section. Right boot out of DrAce to try and stabilise the bike into turn 12. Now, not the best of exits into turn 12, but I guess it's... we didn't get a penalty, so I guess it's all not too bad. It could be a lot cleaner, but it also could have been a much worse. It could have been us down in the gravel or sitting in the grass with our heads in our hands. And braking very late for Rivazza there. So we then flick it left again for turn 15. Nicely done. Use the rumble strip if you have to as a guide to exit the corner precisely. We didn't have to use it in that particular instance. And then just rock it to the finish line. As you can see, the bike is wobbling everywhere. It's doing a wibbly wobbly, but it's all good. Now the test has been completed. It's time to race. Starting from the back of the grid, lights are out. It's time to go. On board the Ducati Panigale V4 race modified version, as we're going to not get the best of starts, but we can use the brakes and go around the outside of a couple of riders. We've got Edoardo Berardi to our side here. Contact, mate! Oh, collision! Oh my goodness! Oh, there's more contact to the left. There's riders down, left, right and centre. There's another rider down there. Elena Irola. Oh my goodness, what a start. Carnage, chaos and pandemonium in just the first corner here in Imola. Absolute shocking start for us all. We should all be literally sent straight to the back of the grid to start again, because that is just utter pants. But still, we're going to continue because we have a bit of a comeback on our hands. Well, I'm going to say it's a comeback, but this Panigale is just so bloody fast. I'll probably catch him in about a lap, maybe not even that, depending on how easy we take it. As we riding the curb there, probably not the best idea because it is a bit slippy. So we then brake it into turn 9. You need to hold right and get ready to flick it left up on the exit. Good stuff so far. Try and avoid the bit of patch of grass there, rumble strip. So we now brake for turn 11. Get ready to flick it right, then flick it left, of course, for a fantastic chicane. Rupert Gray ahead, the British rider. Giovanni Peretti is leading this Grand Prix, about 2 seconds from our position on the track. As we're going to make a massive lunge from a mile back to pinch 5th place. didn't make the lunge on Yolanda Ventura Cavallo. Well, that was a bit of a tongue twister, wasn't it? But we're still going to be attacking the Brazilian just in a moment. Braking late, braking wide. Not going to be close enough for a move there, so we're going to have to really slow it down to about 60 k's and try and get the exit. It's hard to keep the front end down when you go straight, so I tend to like just turn it in a little bit upon the exit to try and keep the bike down. So we then try and brake around the outside of Yolanda. Yolanda's not going to let me through. Oh, she's had a bit of a moment there herself. Oh, there's carnage! Pietro Valentini has gone down. We have now gifted 4th place, so we're going to go around the outside of the Brazilian, waiting for the right moment to strike. Here it comes now. I thought she was going to bump us there, but in fact, she's going to pick up the bike and be a good girl. I like to see that. Sportsmanship. Good stuff. Oh my goodness, another crash! Giovanna Peretti has gone down. And Marco Lasic, I think he started at the back of the grid with me, is now leading this Grand Prix. And us, who started from the back of the grid, are now in 2nd place. And us, I mean we, and I mean you and me, because together we're a team, aren't we? All 700 of us smashing it, as we're 8 seconds up on this particular lap. Of course, the first lap being the sighting lap, well, the opening lap, so it's a bit different and a bit difficult to try and chuck in a brilliant lap time. Ooh, a bit of a moment there for Marco as he bounces on the rumble strip there of turn 11. Should be fine. We can use a lot of speed to chase down Lasic here. We could potentially go for the lunge here. Tell you what, why not? Why not let it fly? Make the move now. Oh, careful on the rumble strip. Lasic is not letting me get through just yet. As we enter Rivazza for turn 15. Wow, Marco. He's doing everything he can, but it's inevitable. Stop delaying the inevitable, Marco. DrAce is through. Thanks for playing for Variante Barca. It is now time to accelerate away from the rest of the pack. And let's see what lap times we can produce. Now, usually we get to the front and it's a pretty clean race, but let's just absolutely go for it and see where we can finish our lap times. Already used 50% of the rear tyre, so I guess that's not great. Whoa, huge moment there, but thankfully saved. This lap is probably a write-off for any sort of really fast laps, although we are up by 7/10 of a second. Still doesn't show the full picture, but it's still damn decent nonetheless. So then turn it left for turn 7 of Tosa. Careful not to wheelie here. I did get a bit of a glitch where for some reason the wheelie just kicked up in the air for absolutely no reason at all. It does happen that sometimes, so you have to be careful. So we brake uphill, well, very slightly uphill for Piratella. Keep holding it left, hook in left. Look for the signs on the right. Get ready to flick it right for the Cuma and Arali, turn 9 and turn 10. And this gorgeous Imola track. Must say I do miss Imola when I'm not playing Ride, so if I'm playing stuff like MotoGP or back on the Superbike Generations games, I'll tell you what, I've mentioned Superbike Generations so much recently. I'm going to have to play it, we're going to have to get it out at some point. I can record gameplay on the PS3 and things like that, so we might have to just do that. Maybe it's time. I do want to do some more older games, such as the Superbike games, Tourist Trophy, and of course Moto Racer, because I'm absolutely bloody loving that. But let me know what you want to see as always. I'm always keen to see what you guys want to watch. I appreciate it's usually just Ride 4, but if we can broaden the horizons and use other games, then let me know. If it's a car game, I'm not too fussed, because I'm not really that great with it when it comes to the cars. I always brake too early. But, you know, I'm not against doing any videos, to be honest with you. Pretty game to play Ride 4, of course, as if that's the only thing you want to see. I do bloody love Ride 4. You know, regardless of the update and the bit of a, well, and a lot of bugs that this game has, I still adore it. I really enjoy it. This is one of the best bike games I've ever had. The experience I've had, and especially, I think it makes it more special because of the YouTube, etc. than how much I really enjoy. There is the big wheelie that just sort of popped up out of nowhere. Popped up, said hello, and it also said subscribe, so if you don't subscribe, you're not only ignoring me, you're ignoring the Ducati Panigale V4R's wheelie, and you wouldn't want to upset the Ducati Panigale V4R wheelie, and that is a tongue twister. Say that a couple of times and you've had a few mouthfuls of beer, or cider, depending on your preference, of course. And again, as always, I've gone off topic. The actual race. It's hard to commentate when you get away this far. You've got to come up with some sort of, like, spiel in the middle. I'm pretty decent at talking, just nonsense anyway, but I do try to keep you guys entertained. At the end of the day, you guys keep me entertained, so it's only fair if we scratch each other's backs, as one would say. So down by 0.6 of a second, this is not going to break any records, and it's certainly not going to keep you on the edge of your seat for this lap. But I'm sure more time trials are coming soon, where we can push the boundaries. So a quick mention regarding the time trials. I've been speaking to Ikai. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I tried, I think it's French, but I gave him my best shot. And he was suggesting, or at least we had a chat about, using the Yamaha R1. Not decided which R1 to do yet, because of course there's many variants in many years. In the Nürburgring GP. I'm very keen to try that one next, so keep an eye out for that. It'll have to be probably at the weekend, so Sunday when I have my day off, or night off, I guess. I will probably do a couple of laps on there. Probably something very similar to the Kilyami one. And if I can give any tips and tricks, of course I will be doing that all in the said video. But as always, let me know what you want to see. If you have any suggestions, any ideas that crop into your mind that could make it interesting, or could just make it different or make it fun, let me know in the comment section down below, because I want to enhance this as much as we can and keep it entertaining for us all. That's all what I'm about, entertainment, making it fun. So whether you're watching this video when you're having your tea, or if you're watching this video when you're just chilling on your break at work, I've got to at least keep you entertained for the 10 to 14 to 18 to 20 minutes to an hour video, however long I'm doing, all the way through. So yes, let me know what you want to see next. Thank you, Ikai, for letting me have a bit of a conversation with you this morning regarding suggestions of the video. But as always, never ever hesitate to message me if you want to. I'm accessible pretty much everywhere: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube of course, or even Steam. I do have PlayStation and Xbox accounts, but I don't actually use them. But if you wanted to add me, feel free. I don't mind at all. But we are rounding out the final lap here, and it has been a terrific race. It's been fun. But it's now time to give a big wheelie to the crowd and say thank you for watching. As always, thank you crowd, thank you Dr. Ace fans, you're all ace. So upon that note guys, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate you all watching and checking out my content. It means a lot to me, so if you did enjoy, please like, comment, subscribe, and I shall see you next time. Ciao for now.